Hi friends, welcome to Liza George vlog. So after the first money management, saving and investment session, many requests received to detail more about the ways of investment that I mentioned. So I like to cover a couple of topics today. Before I get into that, let me tell you that first and foremost, you need to learn about how and what to uh, invest, right? Where to invest. First, what is investment that you want to make, and then how to do. So, educate yourself, take your time, because it is very important. Because you investing your money that you made from hard working, and or easy money, however you got it, and then it's important that you pay a little attention to it, because at the end of the day, when you think about retirement age, no matter what age you are now, start thinking about retirement age, meaning not worrying about retirement um, or getting old or anything, right? Some people, when you think about retirement, they're talking about, I'm sorry, oh my God, I'm going to be old, very soon. That's part of life, getting old. You don't need to think negative about this, because when you start something, there's an end to it. So if you're born, you will expire one day. So that's the way it is. I mean, that's the natural, way. Stop and start and stop, and start and end, that type of thing. So I'm not going to dwell too much into that, but what I wanted to say is learning is important, what and how to invest. And second thing is, you should have a discipline to do it, right? Discipline yourself, because you need to kind of invest it, monitor, track it, for your own benefit. So practice it, right? Practicing it, then be determined. You have to stay on top of it, not worrying about investment, not changing the stock every day. That's not what I'm recommending, or that's not what I'm saying. um, you want to make sure that you are consistent enough to track your investment and track your return, and also check every now and then when you receive the statement from the company, take a look at it. And also, if you're one of your stocks performing badly, look into it. Check the history of what happened, or what happened last 10, 20 years, 30, 40, or 100 years, and then how you want to change it to make best out of it. So um, so those are the things, learning it, and be disciplined and be determined to do good and make money, because at the end of the day, you are talking and thinking about making money here, right? You are working and making money. At the same time, you can make money from this investment itself. And then if you have few years, you're lucky and you have plenty of time to make lots of money. So today I'm going to talk about stocks, bonds, and shares a little bit, and then 401k. So stocks, there are tremendous, stocks and bonds and that you can buy. So nowadays it's all globalized, on globalization. You can buy national, international. So do some research, do some learning, and document it, and then look at the trend, look at the history of the companies. And then the 401k is also, that will be invested in lots of company stocks. So you can manage your own 401k. I do management my own, right? That made a big difference. So in my early 20s, I was looking at my 401k. I didn't like the performance of the 401k. So what I did was I started looking into it and start learning and researching, the history of the stocks, the company's background, and what's a trend, growth trend, that type of thing. And I made a huge change in my allocation. of the money that I'm contributing in the 401k. And then time, I got my return changed tremendously. It was a big change where better growth. So I changed my husband's also. So that really worked out for us. And then then on, I watch the market, watch my investment growth, and then as I changed, moved from one company to another. So that's something that you want to pay attention to. When you change from one company to another, the investment companies they contribute to in the 401k, some are not available, right? It changes from one company to another. So you want to make sure that you do invest, in the right one by researching your own. You can ask for advice. You can call your vendor or whoever the 401k vendor is, like, for example, Prudential or whoever. Um, but they don't pick stocks for you, right? If you're doing the investment, if you pay them to do the investment, and they will pick and they will invest, but there's a cost behind it. Nothing is free, right? You know that. And then also, even if they say, well, no, it's not much of a charge, it's a small charge, but read between the lines, and also read all the small font writings on the statement, or of the whatever the documentation, because over the years you will learn, right? People say it's free of charge, no charge to it, but they charge, right? Because they are not working for free. So the number one thing that you want to do is you want to educate yourself, right? You can trust yourself with your money, right? Do you trust anybody else with your money? So that's a question, rhetorical question that I posed. But what bottom line is, you want to put your money in the right hand, which is you, right? But the stocks and bonds growth depends on the market, right? You cannot control the market, right? You are just a user of the stocks, and you contribute in some way because you're working, and paying tax, and you buy products and things like that, but indirectly. But directly you cannot control it. So you want to make sure that you do your part to do the right thing for you, because it's your money, it's your hard-earned money, right? So you want to make sure that it's performing well. So that's one thing, and I suggest you investing in a diversified portfolio. That means there's all kinds of stocks out there, right? Stocks and bonds and shares out there. So you want to do is, diversify means, it's a big word, right? So small companies, large companies, and then what type of company? Is it like a manufacturing? Is it like a gold mining? Or is it like gas and oil company? Or it's like a manufacturing itself, right? Variety of companies are out there. So you look at their growth, their stock growth trend over the years, like a few years back, right? Not just last year or 5 years back. Check the history, right? And then look at the trend, and then you make a decision if you want to, if it fits for your portfolio, because how much of a money you like to get over however many years that you plan to invest, right? However many 50, then let's say if you want to retire in 60. So you calculate, from if you're 25 or 30, okay, you have about, if you want to retire in 60, and luckily, hopefully, you're working for 30 years now, around 30 years. So you want to have some idea, right? How much you want to save for your retirement, how much you want to make before you retire, because everything is expensive, right? A gallon of milk costs what? About $3 to all the way to 6, or who knows, which depends on where you shop and what kind of milk you buy, right? That is just an example, right? The price went up so fast recently, lately, last few years, and it never came down, even though the gas price went down. So isn't that interesting? So you want to save your hard-earned money for your living, and then whatever the thing that you want to do in your life with, right? So diversified portfolio is important, and also stocks. The golden rule is buy low, sell high. That means when the price is low, you want to buy. And if it's peaking, if it's a peak, you don't know, right? If it's at the high peak or the highest peak, or oh, this is it. This is the cap, but there's no cap, right? So you definitely want to read about that further, right? I can talk hours and hours and hours about this, but educate yourself, right? This is nowadays everything is online, right? You Google it, you have Yahoo it, how whatever the application you use, online application you use, browser you use, you can get all kinds of information. That's why I mentioned earlier, you need to discipline enough to learn and practice and be determined, because this is a serious matter that a lot of people, when you're young, take it very lightly. But when you're young, that's when you have to invest, because then you have enough years to grow the money, right? You have many years to grow the money, because when the market not doing very well, not performing very well, the performing of your money will be like slow down too. So you have to take all those into account. It's not like every stock investing performing very well and you're making all kinds of money. You want to go for the average, right? Return, because you want to get the balance. They call it the balanced portfolio. So you want to pick some good performing, high-end, high growth stocks, national and international. And also you want to pick some bonds also, if you like to invest in reverse your portfolio, and also buy shares. When your employer, if your employer offers shares, look at their growth trend again, right? Same thing I like to advise, and then only you invest. You do your research, and then you learn something about this, and then plan it, and then only you invest. um, that is very important, because otherwise you will be um, throwing your money away. You just throw your money in the sea, right? You put it to waste, basically. Who wants to waste money? um, so those are the things that I want to mention today. And also, before I close, there's Roth IRA and IRA. Roth IRA is after the tax you pay, and then IRA is before the tax you pay. You can, so you tax deferred IRA. But consult with your tax consultant or tax manager, because depending on what kind of 401k and how much you're investing there, you might not be eligible for contributing to Roth IRA. That is what I know. So again, I wanna let you know that I'm no expert on this, right? This is just to help the people that like to save some money and then invest money, simple ways, simple steps. But I'm not a SME, like subject matter expert on these things. But I just wanna at least you think about it, and start doing something about when you're young, because then you have many years to make your money grow as you grow up. Okay, hopefully this helped. I will talk more about the insurance type of investment, and also probably a little bit more about budget in my next round. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions about this, or any comments, please feel free to post it. And please subscribe to my channel, Lice George, and more to come. Thank you very much. Namaskaram.